Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Grenzenlos, your dance podcast. We're in the middle of summer, and as you probably already have recognized, there's going to be more than one interview each week. So before jumping into the episode with Sarah, by the way, we're happy to have her today.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Make sure to hit the subscribe button, because the best way to currently support me, this little project, is to simply share the content. Let us know what you think. Give us a 5-star recommendation if you feel like it, But make sure to hit the subscribe button, to follow us on Instagram, to not miss out on anything, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course also to follow sasapuu. Our Instagrams are linked down below right now as well. And so basically I already introduced you a little bit. That is Sarah, also known as Sasapuu.
Yes.
Do you want to introduce yourself for a short second?
Yes, maybe I'll try. Hi, my name is Sarah, also known as Sasapuu. That's my Instagram handle. I'm a dancer and dance teacher from Graz, a little smaller town. It's not that small, but smaller town in Austria. And now I'm live, laugh, loving in Vienna.
Oh my god, I loved it. That was so cute. That was so cute. Okay, can we talk about Sasapuu for a second? Where it's coming from and everything? Because I know it's your artist handle, your artist name, you know. So, we were talking before, I don't know the story behind it. Yeah. I want to hear the story. I'm excited to hear the story.
Okay, so, it's been a while. When I was 13, 14-ish is where it was born. Mm-hmm. And I was searching for actually a name for my Snapchat back then, and I didn't know anything, and there was this app on my phone, and everyone was playing it back then, or all my friends. It was this poo.
Oh my god, I love this one. And back then when I was a child, I had it on my tablet, and every time when we were traveling, to different, with my parents, with my family, I always played the.
Yes, it's for those who don't know what poo is, it's
for the people who are too young.
Who are too young, who do not know what poo is. It's a little poo that you have to feed like a Tamagotchi. I don't know, that's even worse. Yeah. I don't think people know what a Tamagotchi is. Whatever, you have to feed it, you have to play with it. Yeah. It has needs, So
you can dress it up.
Oh, yeah, right. And the backgrounds and everything. Okay, so that was poo at the time. Mm-hmm. I had it on my phone, and also my friend, I was still dancing rhythmic gymnastics, and we were in a group together. Her name is Isabella. And we just started calling each other Sasapuu, because my nickname was Sasa.
Oh my god, that's where the poo comes from.
Isapuu, yes. So the poo comes from there, but I think the actual app was written P-O-U.
Yes, that was the
yes, and I just changed it to double. I don't know why, but I just liked it.
Oh my god, I love that. That is so cute. I would have never guessed.
It's super random, but I was just searching for a name, and I didn't have I was just called Sasa.
So that was your nickname
exactly.
Already.
It was already a nickname from growing up, Sasa, but I didn't have
the poo.
The poo yet. The poo just appeared, and then after that all the apps started coming up, and I just used the name for everything else.
So wait, you started your Instagram with Sasapuu, and
I started my Instagram.
Because I changed my Instagram name. Okay, once, not that often as well, but oh my god, that is so cute.
Yeah, I started it.
You have
also, my Snapchat is still Sasapuu.
Oh, I changed my Snapchat already. I'm not sure, but back then when you couldn't change your Snapchat and you had to stick with the one that you chose when you were 13, I was like,
yeah,
a little annoyed of it. But
that's my branding, you guys. Very professional.
Just choose any app that you like when you were a child and put.
No, that's how it.
Oh, but that is cute. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed. I thought you just, I don't know, you made it.
I mean, I did make it up, but
you did, but
yeah, I was just
cute.
like, it's
and did it stick with you for more than a decade already? That's so cute.
Yes, Yes, actually,
That's
more than a thing. Oh my god, this is gonna start making me feel old. But
no,
it's
no,
okay,
no.
it's okay.
You're not.
It's
Oh my
okay.
god! Like
Yes.
I remember one of the first classes that I took from you. I can't tell you anymore which choreography it was, but it was, I don't know, last spring. I don't know if you probably also remember which was my first class of yours.
I'm
Probably
sure
not. No.
Yes.
But I remember that you were talking about the fact that you have, you know, your alter ego, and your alter ego is sasapuu, and you're Sara.
Yes.
You know, so basically for the people, like, just for the context, it was about, like, you know, performance technique, and we were working on that stuff in your class. Exactly. And you were explaining that sasapuu is the character that you jump in when you're getting into your performing energy.
Yes.
And everything. So sasapuu isn't the child character anymore, but it's
she grew up. She had a little glow up. No. Yeah, so I use sasapuu, like, for me in my brain, that is my performance name, or I like kind of use that as a character to, yeah, she's just this fierce, confident persona that I like to channel when I'm performing, when I'm in front of a camera, when I'm in a class, when I'm teaching a class. I don't know, I love to, sometimes you as yourself don't feel as confident maybe, or you have not the best day or week or whatever, and it's nice to have something you could think of, or like your alter ego that you can channel that energy from. So that's what I do now, and I just tap into that sasapuu energy anytime it comes to performing, so, or dancing even, just dancing. Yes. So.
I had a talk yesterday about that topic as well. I don't know which episode is going to be published first, so if the episode with Patty and Chiara is already out, go check that one out as well. If not, wait for it and be excited. And we were talking about generally, you know, stepping into your own, or I was talking about that, bringing that topic in. And I, like, for me myself, I think I found the character like 2-3 months ago as well. So I can relate to that now. And yesterday we had the talk that generally alter ego, you know, I think Patty was throwing it in. Please go watch it for the full context, because I can't repeat how she said it. You know, it was an open discussion talk that we had, of course. So that she doesn't like the fact that it's often like separated. But for me, for example, that's my question for you. But for me, it's not two different persons. I think for me, the alter ego that I have now, it's not a version that I am not normally in my everyday life. It's even more the version of me that I am extremely down inside. In you know what I mean? It's like an energy deep down in me.
Yes.
That has the opportunity to express through dance.
Yes.
And you know, because also, like you said, you know, sometimes we're not that confident. And this energy, this person, I'm like, she doesn't have that, you know? Because she's so much in her energy, she's so much in her... She just, you know, feels connected to herself, you know? That there's no room for all the social insecurities we sometimes come up with, because, you know...
Yeah, they come up. I feel like... for me, it definitely is a version of myself. Like, it's not like a totally different person.
You don't step into another person's character.
Not with sasapuu. But you can also channel from like someone else's energy. But I feel like there's a version of yourself, or like you say, there's an inner desire to be that person, to be that version of
and
yourself.
You are it.
You already are it. And with like imagining that already being yourself, you're also kind of manifesting it. So I feel like there's almost like it's kind of the borders. No, that's not the word I'm searching for. There's the lines between your now self and that version of yourself, or that persona you're creating. They're kind of blurring, or they start to blur into each
agree,
other.
because I think for myself it's already, you know, I know that everything I need is already within me.
Exactly.
You know, and I think when you get to the point to realize that all you ever needed is already, you know, rooted down in you can channel that, and it's like, of course, you're not the self confident person every day, because we're all humans. I'm in my bed having anxiety sometimes as well, you know, that happens. But that's what makes us human, right? As well. But that doesn't make the version of myself that I have in mind or manifest less real.
No, I feel like this channeling or like this persona that you're creating for yourself is just a tool, maybe, to bring that out, to be like that.
Yes.
Unapologetic.
To be that bitch.
Yes, to be that bitch, to be that unapologetic self version of yourself.
I don't know if that's a spiritual thing that I'm saying now, kind of. But I think like for me, it's also I don't know, like, you know, spiritual stuff is always like, you know, how you put it. But for me, it's also like stepping into my higher self, connecting with that layer of my you know, it's like not only because I think also ego for me is always like, ego sounds so negative in our society, because ego,
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, not at all, but you know, there's like a connection in our society with you know, ego. But ego is not always bad, as you said. And I think for me it's also like, you know, stepping into that higher self energy that I have, connecting with that, and this energy for me is only love. You know, there's no being jealous, there's no whatever, you know what I mean? So that's also why the person is more confident, because there's nothing no one can ever take away from me. And
because you're enough as you are. And
exactly, and with me claiming my own light, I'm not taking away anything from anybody else. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me that's like an energy that's really a loving space, positive one, that that I'm just, you know, my perfect imagined world, kind of, you know, and that's also what I'm channeling. But like, you know, guys, I'm still in the process of finding that. Like I said, it's 3 months ago. Okay, when this is out, it's 6 months ago. But you know, like that's probably gonna change and develop, you know, and because we're growing, that's exactly, so
it's a learning process.
But that's what it means for me currently. So yeah, I don't know, because I also wouldn't say it's two different persons, because I don't know, does it happen okay, actually it happened to me with you.
Oh my god, what
what happened with him?
Yeah,
I saw your Instagram before I got to know you.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's yes.
Yeah.
So I already, you know, like, even though I'm not judging, of course you have a first impression and assumptions, because that's how our brain works.
Yes, you only have that picture of me that I like. You just see what I put on Instagram. You don't see anything else.
Getting to know you in person, you did not at all live up to that assumption. What is?
Well, yeah, because on my Instagram it is sasapuu. It definitely is more sasapuu than it is.
Like, I love both of you. Like, it's not two different people still. Like, I love you. Just like, let's put it like that, you know. But like, to me it happened like both-sided. Yeah. That people got to know me in person. It doesn't matter if it was outside of dance or already in the dancing. And then I saw on Instagram, they were like, I didn't see that coming. Whatever that means. Take it as it is. And the other way around, that's like more fun for me, because I don't see it, because I'm just myself. I don't see it, you know. But it also happens to me that someone sees my Instagram or wants to, I don't know, book me for something and text me and then gets to know me in person. And they're like, oh my god, you're so cute, and you're, I don't know, not about making it that not to make it about that I'm young, but like, you know, I'm cute, I'm really nice, I'm like all smiley, you know, when I'm with people. They're like, on Instagram you're so strong, and you know, with your heels, and I'm like, yeah, that's also me. It's both me. But does it happen to you too?
Yes, I heard that a few times too, because obviously, like, if you're in your performance mode, and if you were especially maybe in heels or in a dance class or even in front of a camera, I have this it's like, what? I have this I channel this persona, or like I'm sasapuu more than I'm Sarah, and then when I don't have to perform and I can step back or like relax in that space, I am more Sarah, and Sarah is definitely more bubbly and I don't know, more like silly goosey, I don't know. It feels different, definitely different than the performance character.
But like, you know, it's just us, you know.
Of course, it's a part of me.
And I saw a TikTok wow, before you coming here, there was talking about, you know, there's so many versions of us existing in the heads of other people, and no version that other people have of us in their head is the same version that you have of yourself.
Yes.
And that it's not your responsibility, first of all, the versions other people have from you, and that the version you have of yourself is nearly existing in real life, kind of, you know.
Yes.
I was like, that is so crazy, because also for me, people who get to know me in university or got to know me in my family on the countryside where I grow up,
I can relate to that a lot.
or in the dance scene, it's like you get the roles you have kind of get a little. It confuses me sometimes when two people out of different scenes in my life worlds collide. I'm like, how am I gonna act now? You know what I mean? It's still me. We're so many versions of ourselves, you know.
Yes, and I think that's the beauty of life. I don't think we have to be something and then cannot be another thing because of that. So there's no exclusivity. I don't know. Life is so diverse. Life is so beautiful, and I do also, like, not only in my creativity, but also in my creativity, I try to not limit myself, and I love drawing. I love singing at home. I love to dance. Obviously, I don't know. I don't like to think that there has to be one way to be, or like one way to
and
go.
Also, we're constant development, right?
Exactly. You learn new things about yourself
each day
along the fucking way.
Exactly.
So
also for me, because yesterday we did the episode we recorded was like a catch up from, you know, a year ago, and for me, not that I'm a different person, but I feel like a different person, and was only a year, you know. So much happens in a year, in a month.
Yes,
that's actually crazy.
Oof, I feel like I've lived so many lives already.
I know. I think that's a good transition to. Can we talk about the fact that you studied psychology in Germany, stopped it, studied medicine, stopped it, and thank God you're a dancer. Thank God you made the decision and you're here with us now, and you're dancing and you're doing what you love, and you do great what you love, you know.
Thank you.
But like still the contrast from being a medicine student to showing your ass on Instagram.
Oh my God,
you know, that's a transition.
It is, but everything that I did in my life, it brought me to the place where I'm right now, and I'm very thankful for it. But let's dive into that. So, well, I was always a good student, like in school. I always did great. So the first way to go for me after high school was to university. It was just obvious to me. But I was always dancing. I started dancing when I was 4 years old. With ballet, and I very, very quickly started to do rhythmic gymnastics. Ballet and rhythmic gymnastics is what I did, and also I competed at competitions and stuff. Dance has been a part of my life for so long, and still I did not see it as a career yet, like, or a possible career option. Even though I'm looking back, and if I say I started dancing when I was 4 years old, I am now 28 years old when this podcast comes out. So I am looking back on 24 years of dancing.
That's crazy.
That is crazy to me, like mind blowing. But so still I was like, okay, I need to have like an education. Don't get me wrong, education is super important. But I was like, okay, let's go into university. I did psychology for a year because that was my favorite topic in school, like my favorite subject.
I relate so much.
Yes, I loved it so much, and also my teacher was super nice. And after a year, I applied because there's this big test that you have to take before you get into med school, and I got in, and I started med school, and I loved it. I still it's super. I loved it. It was hard. It was really, really hard. But I loved learning about our bodies. I loved the science part of it. It was just a lot. It was a lot, and I was still dancing on the side. And actually, I started teaching because I was looking for a job while studying medicine. I was looking for a job that I still loved while studying, because I was doing, all those student jobs that you kind of do, you know. But I was looking for something where I could earn some money on the side, but I still love doing it. So I got into, I saw it was on Instagram. There was like not a casting application. Job application, yes, for a dance teacher for kids. And that is how I got into teaching. I started with kids, and it grew from there. And the more I danced, and I also started teaching, and with that also came that I trained more again, and I also started to, while being in a dance group in my hometown, we were doing performances, we were doing shows, we were doing competitions with the teaching, and then also starting to internationally kind of like spread out, be like taking a workshop there, going to a camp there, going to an intensive there. I started realizing that I did more dancing than I did studying for my university.
Again, I do relate to that.
And I also I felt like medicine there's so much responsibility there also. And I saw that with all my colleagues, or like my colleagues, whatever. There's so much responsibility there that I didn't want to do medicine or it was almost not possible to do it less than 100%, because the exams are huge, the exams are hard, you have to really be there. And the more I started dancing, though, the less I did there. So I was lacking in that department, but I loved the dancing so much. So I was really stuck. For some time, I felt literally stuck. I didn't go training, and I didn't study. So I was just like in this freeze moment.
Oh my God, okay, yeah.
Where I tried to figure out what to do. And yes, until it took me a while, but I came to this, or I made the decision to say, no, you know what? If I'm not gonna do it now, I'm never gonna do it, and I will probably regret it. I have this passion inside of me, and I need to follow this dream. Yes. So yes, I dropped out of med school. Then still for a year did colleague is what it's called, like in the
night.
Yes, after exactly. For a year, almost not even a full year.
But medicine?
No, graphic design, because I was also the interests are widely spread. But I loved it about life. I really am whatever. But I tried. But it was. I loved it still. I loved going there, but it was still the dancing, and I was like, okay, no, I need to commit fully. And yes, that was also, I think, the year that I then moved to Vienna.
Okay, so then it happened
a year after that. I'm sorry.
Pretty fast, no? Like making a decision, moving out?
Well, it was actually, I made the decision to drop out of med school. I told my mom.
Okay, wait, guys. What was the reaction from your mom when you told her, hi, I want to be a dancer, stop med school now?
Well, yeah. No, she was really sweet. I was super scared. That was I think she was, I'm so sorry, Mom. I think she was one of the last people I told, because I was so scared. Because obviously if you do med school, there's a long process until you're actually working, but you're pretty secure in your life for afterwards, you probably will have a job, and so she was she was like, okay, cool, the first kid is checked off. She's she's gonna be fine, So I was hoping she would understand, and she was really, really understanding. The only question, because she asked me, the first question that she asked me was, so what else are you gonna do? Did you think that through? And I tried to, I was really obviously I was prepared, so I prepared.
Here's my PowerPoint presentation.
Almost, because I was so scared.
But for me, I was new, sometimes when I have, I'm fine with my parents by now, but we also had a process, So sometimes I really felt like I'm gonna sit down with them and make a PowerPoint presentation. Yes. Why it's a good idea to do what I do.
Yes.
It's just they love me, and
of course your mom loves you. It's coming
but
from
of course they want
place.
you to be secure. They want you to, be able to stand on your own legs, what I totally get.
Of course.
And I know they trust me, but I know they also fear for me, you know, not fear for me, but how do you put it, like they're occupied for me, they care for me, you know,
they want you to be safe. That's where this is coming from. It's never coming
artistic
from
scene in our society is seen as you just eat bread and you don't have money.
Yeah, it is a hard place to be,
yes.
also, but I feel like especially with maybe the generation of our parents, they were not able to really do what they loved. They did what they needed to do, or like they
what
chose
allows us the lifestyle we have now.
Of course,
well. Yeah.
Like I'm super thankful for everything my mom did for me, and I know that her asking me like, "Are you sure?" and being like, "Have you for sure figured this out?" is just her being like caring for me and being looking out for me and making sure I'm okay. But she was really, really accepting, and she understood also. I mean, she's been with me my whole life. She drove me to all the dance classes, you know, when I was growing up. So she knows how passionate about it I am. She was just like, do you know that it's gonna be hard? That was kind of her message. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to, you know, choose that exactly path, choose that? So, but I'm really thankful. She was always supportive, and also my two siblings were super supportive all along. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the way my family supports me. Very much.
I'm grateful you're here, and you know, you are the dancer that you made that step. Because like, I don't want to promote dropping out of college or university.
No, we don't, guys.
We don't want to promote that. But like, we want to promote to just go your own way, you know. Cause
yes, definitely. Yeah. I really want to say, because I told you to. Obviously, that is my experience. I'm just talking about my experience, but it definitely is a choice you have to make, and it's not always easy just because you now found your passion and you're like, I'm doing the job that I love. Yeah. It's also like, to be fully real with you guys also, I always had a side job. I always had a side hustle besides it. I still do. It's not that I'm fully living off dance yet, you know, speaking it into existence. Yes, you know, it is hard. So for me, what I want to say and what I want to say to you guys is that even if you have the job that you love and that you're so passionate about it, it's probably going to be hard, no matter what. In life can be hard and will be hard. There's gonna be hard days, so you just gotta choose your battle. You choose your hard.
Oh my god, yes! I love that one.
Yes, thank you. But that's how I see it, and I feel like staying in med school and becoming a doctor is gonna be hard. Dropping out of med school, trying to become a dancer full time is hard. It's just different. You just have to choose for yourself.
I think for myself, it's like, life's gonna be hard anyways, you know? But at the end of the day, you choose your battles and you choose what it is worth for.
That is exactly, it's what's worth it for you. It's gonna be hard anyways. That's exactly what
so at least choose where your heart is. So I love how you put it with with that one.
Thank you very much. But that's how I'm trying to see it, because it is worth it. I can only speak for myself, but I have not regretted this decision ever since the day I made it. So I'm not looking back with any regret at all. I'm just looking forward, and it keeps going.
I also love that I don't want to say like to have the strength, you know, but like it costs you strength, because if you already got in, like we said, the preparation and the exam to get in is kind of hard already.
Yes.
That you got in, that you were one of the lucky ones. Not lucky because you were prepared and you worked for it, don't get me wrong, but you know,
there's still some
thousands
kind of
of
luck.
people
Of
applying,
course,
so
of course.
to leave that aside.
Yeah.
And you were in what kind of semester? What's
Uh,
already a little further, right?
I did study for 4 years, but I was not as far as I should have
Okay,
been.
yeah, but that's
studying.
Yes, but you did it already for 4
No.
years. A lot of people would say, "Oh, it's just
Yeah.
2 more years. Stick with it," But like,
But
2
it would have
years,
been at least 4 more years.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what I wanna,
medicine
that's what
is
I
a
wanted
little
to say. I was
long.
in the
Yeah.
4th
Mhm.
semester-ish with exams.
Mhm.
So that's where
Okay.
I stopped.
Yeah.
For the people that are studying medicine, maybe some of you are watching, it was pathology. I did the first exam. I did.
Is it the one where you cut up people?
Oh, it's really hard. I don't know. I did it in Graz, so I'm not sure about how it is in Vienna. But yeah, pathology 1 and pathology 2. I did the first one, and the second one I think I tried twice and failed twice, which was also very new to me because I was a good student in school. So I was like, "What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?"
But you know what?
I
Recently,
failed an exam.
I need to throw that in, guys. Because same.
Yeah.
I'm studying as I don't know, like I'm studying communication sciences, social media, whatever you can do with media, and we also have to choose extracurriculums.
Yes.
So I chose psychology, sports. Now I do entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, I don't know,
Business.
Exactly, because I was like, okay, maybe it would be nice to have a little business knowledge as a dancer as well. At least I try to fit my university to my dancing, because that's how we do it, not the other way around. So, however, and what was my story? I recently got my first 5. I failed my first exam.
Yes.
And I was like, actually, I went to my parents, and how I told them? I was like, you know what? Can we celebrate? Because I managed 20 years.
Oh my
without
god!
failing any exam.
Period.
Actually, we need to celebrate. And they for real celebrated with me, and I was like, thank you. Because in school, I was so stressed, and I had good grades, And now in university, I'm like, I'm not even mad at myself because my focus is in this dance studio. My focus is not in university. In university, it's working on the side. I get through every exam with, I don't want to promote it as well, but like with 2 days of learning before. But it's like, I failed my first exam, and I was like, it was a sports exam, by the way.
Oh my. Wait.
It was a
sports exam. You just said your focus is on dance.
failed the sports. No, but it was it was people who study Lehramt.
Yes.
Pedagogy. How do you pronounce it? I still don't know. I don't know, but there was a sport pedagogy, like for school,
Education.
And that was like
I would say
education science, whatever, like that stuff, And I was like,
PE.
I know why I'm not gonna be a school teacher, because I don't at all ethically see myself bringing that content to children like that in our society, how it's the school system is a little old, so
Yes.
so that exam was a little, but I wrote a second one in the same subject, and the second one I passed easily, but like I was like, actually I'm happy I failed my first one. However, short side story, oh my god, short side story,
Yes.
I totally get you.
Yes.
I just failed my first exam, and to be honest, I'm proud of it.
Period.
I'm proud of it. Yay!
We all have to go through it,
We all
and
have
it's
to go through
okay.
Yes, but and also because you said before, you need to have kind of education that's important. I'm like, what I wanted to kind of sprinkle in there. Let's put it like that. It was a little early in our conversation already, but I want to get back to it, because you working on being a dancer is an education as well. It's just not seen as that.
Exactly.
And that what kind of annoys me, because like if you talk to me, if somebody asks me, I'm like, I'm doing 2 educations at once. I'm in university and I'm training each night my ass off.
The thing is, we kind of build, as a dancer, we build our own curriculum.
Yes,
curriculum.
And you don't have a paper at the end that tells you you're certified to do that.
Yes.
Nobody gives you a paper. Here you go.
I mean, there are dance educations, of course.
Yes. But like in the commercial scene-ish.
Yes. Also, at least I don't have like a dance school education or like a paper, but it's very different. You have to also have like acknowledge the responsibility that you are making your own education as a dancer. So you take the classes responsibly. Yeah. Is that how you say it? Responsibly? Yeah. Yes. With responsibility. So,
but I do know what you mean.
Yes. Yeah. Like that is what you are choosing that by yourself, like where you get your training from.
That's a big responsibility, because at the end of the day you are responsible for how your future is gonna look like. That's, you know, let's talk about styles, but let's also talk about, you know, how your professionalism, how you, nobody's teaching you how to teach. Like if you do an education, like yes, if you know, there's educations, I know, or but most of the people
having a mentor and stuff.
Exactly,
yes, that's how you maybe learn.
Exactly. So yeah, there's ways, you know, but like for example, nobody taught me, you know, but I made my own experiences, and I had somebody, of course, I could ask, you know, but like at the end of the day, you just try out. For that's how it was for me, you know. So, what was my point? Where have we been? I just lost my point. Choosing your own education. Yes, it's a big responsibility, and I think we should not talk that down, because I think that's also kind of hard, because, you know, just imagine you need to choose all of the courses in university yourself to turn out or to be qualified for what you want to do.
To be ready for
you need to have the knowledge first that you need to know what you need in order to be doing what you want to do. So it's not only about doing it, but about getting the knowledge. What do I need to get there?
To get where you want to be. Did that make sense?
It
did make sense. It was just a lot of words.
You're on a podcast.
No, but I totally get what you mean. And if that's okay, I would love to dive into how I got started with heels, because it's very much about like how you start, or like hitting the topic with how you start teaching. Because I was teaching before. I was teaching, like I said, I had a little show dance group at that time then already, like not only kids anymore. But I had my very first heels class in 2018. I really hope that's right. With my heels mommies. I see you
better be watching.
Yes,
you better.
They said it, and I'm gonna say it too. You better be watching. My heels mommies, Sarah and Julia from Power Pumps. Yes, I had my very first heels class with them, and I just loved it so much. I traveled from Graz to Linz to take a workshop with them, and I was literally head over heels. The second I was in this, I was like, yes, this just clicked. It made so much sense to me. I was like, oh my God, I'm expressing myself. It just made so much sense. I loved it so much. And I was like, okay, this is what, it just sparked something inside of me. And I was like, okay, got back to Graz. Where can I train? And that was the time where I already started like taking workshops and like traveling a little bit. So I took some classes wherever I could. I was like, okay, I bought the heels, the right ones, you know. I bought the heels. I was traveling. I was getting training, but I was like, why don't we have that here? Like, we didn't have any regular heels training in Graz yet.
I relate so much to this.
And I actually reached out to Sarah and Julia, because I was already like kind of tapping into that, creating maybe something on heels, because it was like such a passion inside of me. And I was reaching out to them, and I was like, hey guys, if I want to start teaching, like what can I do to feel ready for it? Because right now I don't feel ready for it. And they were like, train as much as you can, take the knowledge, like you know, learn as much as you can. And I always felt like, okay, in my little hometown, I might know a little more than the rest about heels. Like, I just know a little more about it. I know the basics, and I've been training, I've been taking the knowledge from everywhere, and I want to give them that do not know it yet the things that I know for now, you know what I mean? So I was sharing, and it never felt like I was teaching it. At the beginning, I was like, I don't feel like a teacher, because obviously it is a huge responsibility. And I was like, okay, I'm a student, I'm still learning and everything, but I know a little more. I'm like gathering the information for you, and I want to share it with
building something up.
Exactly.
I think it's also because there was nothing before.
Yes,
there was nothing before.
Like, maybe there are other people who feel like me who are like so passionate about heels, they just don't know it yet. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start sharing, and that's how I started teaching heels in Gods, which I'm so thankful for. And I now what is it? Is it
6 years?
4 years? No. I didn't start. Yeah, okay, I didn't start right away.
Crazy.
4 years. More? I don't know. I'm lost in time. But definitely a few years now of like, I was teaching 3 years for sure before I came to Vienna and in God's Heels, and I got to build this little community there and my little heels girls. And now one of my students also started teaching in God's. She's continuing, Mina Champagne Mulan on Instagram, check her out. She started teaching the girls that are still there, the heels community, and took over. And I love that that they're still training, that they're still doing it. And I try to come as much as possible back to Gods and do some workshops and train with them. And yes, that's how I started doing heels.
I just loved it so much because I told you before, I relate so much to you because my story has been really similar.
Yeah, we've been talking.
Yeah, we've been
like
talking
every now and then on the Empire couch.
Oh my god. Like for me also, like growing up in the country, and yes, I can go to Vienna, but like going to Vienna when you're 14, 15, my parents were like, at night at 12 alone at home by yourself, you have no idea where you are, you know. That was like dangerous, you know. Like we're in Austria, but like, still if you're young, it's,
Yeah.
So I started teaching when I was 16, because there wasn't anything anymore for me, there was courses for children, but there wasn't anything. So I totally relate to...
You create the space.
Exactly, because I was just so passionate, because I didn't want to stop, but there wasn't so much more anymore,
I feel like
so
as long
totally relate.
You do know about the responsibility, and you take the responsibility like very, very seriously and acknowledge it. It's just sharing. If you know, just sharing your passion. But yes, I'm really, really happy that this is how everything started, or that I've found this thing heels. I mean, I'm training in different styles too, and I'm still dancing all the different styles, and I love commercial too, and I'm starting, especially like my biggest my intention with moving to Vienna was training. Like that was my go-to right?
Yes,
because it's just a bigger city, you have more options. You can actually, I think you can take classes here every day. Like if you want to, you have a class every day. This is something. And also the teachers are amazing, and I was like, that was my biggest intention. But I also came here and started teaching heels beginners at Empire straight away when I was coming here. So yes, big love to the Empire studio, and for just everything. Honestly, it's our second home. Yeah, it's my second home. So
I mean, like when we talk about the things that I leave there each day, I have like my half closet sometimes there.
Yes. And I'm really thankful. I'm really, really thankful for the studio, and for not only the community but also for the training. This is the place that I train the most right now, and it was I just lost a little bit my way where I wanted to go with that. With the training, I was like...
you were moving to train, Empire's your second home. You were moving to train, but you also teach here?
Yeah, so I'm mostly... Or like my intention with coming to Vienna was training, but I'm also teaching, and I'm also assisting my heels mamas now, which is a big full circle moment for me, coming from them being... Or their class being my first heels class, and now being here basically every week, assisting them in their class and dancing with them, training with them. And yes, I'm just like super happy where I'm right now, and I'm just what did I say? Live, laugh, loving? You're live, laugh, loving. Live, laugh, loving.
Loving your life.
Period. Yes.
But I love to hear that. So, do we want to talk about your classes a little bit? How do you feel with your classes? How's it going? Because To be honest, I haven't been in your class for quite some while. I think like the last one was, I think last year.
Oh my god.
No, like I went to your commercial class last week. But like
that
is true. Like I took your class literally some days ago. Okay, so it's not that bad.
No, it's
but
not. It's just heels.
Your heels class, because Sunday evening is sometimes for me like
I know.
But your classes, what I see, are pretty full, right?
Yes,
currently.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate it. I love teaching heels beginners because it's just, I love sharing what I felt the first time that I stepped into a heels class. And it's just, I really, really hope that people are feeling the same way and having this, like embracing this safe space that a dance studio or like a heels class, especially for me, is providing. Because you can, or like I try to encourage myself. I'm like to also like express myself with my outfits, and like you said, I have my ass out on Instagram. But
I don't know why you put it that direct, but like it's
fine.
Not true though.
No, it really is. Yeah. It all comes together with like also being like trying to get closer to sasapuu, or like tapping into that sasapuu energy. It's also with the outfits. It's giving me so much. So I really
giving me. I love that.
It's giving me.
It's giving me.
Oh, I wanted to say it's giving me so much, but
I know. But like, yeah.
No, it's giving. I really try to encourage every person that steps into the class also to be like feeling free to express themselves as though they want to. They don't have to be as like dressing as sexy as I am, but I am doing it also to be an example for them to be like, you can dress however you want to.
And if that's being baggy in a heels class, oh my god.
As long as it's not in your way on like floor, you know.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get dangerous.
Yeah.
No, but whatever that
means for you. Exactly.
You
however you feel comfortable. But I just love creating this space where you can express yourself and you can, no matter how far you are in your journey, because there's like sometimes full dance beginners that are like, oh, I want to try heels, but there's also obviously like dancers, professional dancers who are like, okay, I've never done a heels class though. Yeah. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, but I just love having the space for us. And I am learning so much also from my students by watching them, no matter where they are, no matter what level they are at.
I think you learn a lot about yourself watching others doing your
for example,
doing your choreographies. Yes. Like for me, that's I learned to understand my movement better by watching how other people can execute it, or how do you say to
make it their own?
There's a word that I'm really trying to. Never mind, but you know how they.
I feel like we're searching for
words. I'm searching for a really specific word.
I know.
Though.
I'm
searching for a specific one that fits perfectly. But you know how they. It's not adapting, but how they take it up. You know, and it's teaching me also. Okay, you know a lot of stuff about my body. What is natural for me? What is not natural for others? Or how do I? Do you know what I mean? You learn
also,
a lot
how
about
you
yourself.
Explain it, right?
How you teaching wise, you learn a lot about watching others, how they execute it. Because afterwards you're like, okay, maybe that transition I could have explained it more. But for me, that transition was natural. But maybe for others. It's not that natural as for my body. That's really, really interesting. Yeah.
It's a giving and taking and giving. It's it's an exchange in every class, and I love that too. Yeah. And I really like because as you teach beginners, I sometimes do get messages like, hey, like, do you think I would be ready to step into a heels class? And I know that heels can be scary or like a lot of people think it is scary to step on, you know, like a heel and then come into this dance class. Sometimes I do get messages from like people who are still scared to step into a heels class. Let it be the outfits, let it be I don't know, is it already a group of people, you know, especially if you're alone, or is it the heel that's like scaring people? But I feel like the way it was for me also, if you already have the urge, or like this, like something is pulling you in from those classes.
The idea wasn't planted into your brain without any reason. Not brain, but you know that saying?
Yes,
if you already have the idea in your head.
If you're feeling this, just try it out. You will never know if you don't do it. And I have people sometimes who message me, and then like months later they step into the class, and I know
it takes me a full year to go to a Power Films class. At this point, it took me a year.
Yeah.
And going there, can I? Oh my God, Sarah and Julia, maybe you didn't know that. Can I tell something, or do you want to finish? Because I don't want to get that you lose your thoughts.
I just really want to say, like, if you already have that feeling of like you really want to try it out, and you have that urge to go, please just go, just try it out. And I'm really saying it just fully out of love. If you don't like it, you can also not, come anymore. But I feel like if there's like some connection that you feel with like heels classes or the videos that you see, just try it out yourself. Just see what it is about. And that's all I wanted to say. So please.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you. I was just like,
so good.
Okay guys, a story that I haven't shared it with Julia and Sarah, and with you neither.
Oh yeah,
so
I was like,
it took me a year to go to a Power Films class. Wasn't because of any reason, but I remember Fernanda, you know Fernanda, right? And when I met Fernanda, she was like, oh my God, you should join me going to a Power Films class, because we met on a day where she was going. I was like, yeah, I don't know yet. And you know the reason it took me a year? I don't know why, but I was intimidated, but I was like, I don't know if it's time for me yet,
Okay.
So that was pretty...
time for you in training?
In the sense of, I was taking heels because I was taking also international workshops. I don't know why I was like, I don't feel ready to go there, I don't know why, but you see the videos and everybody dances so nice, everybody has nice outfits. I was like, I don't know if I feel ready to step into that, I don't know if I don't know. It doesn't really have a reason. It probably was an insecurity. I don't know. I have no idea. But looking back from now, when I took the first class, you guys know that I love your classes. I mean, I already pronounced that I think a lot, and hopefully not too much. No, but it's such a loving space. You get so supported, and I was like, I don't know why I didn't go earlier.
Yes,
but it took me a year to go. So just
I heard that so many times that I don't know why I didn't go earlier.
And that's the thing, like now that I know, and also I made the episode with them. I had a class with them before for muses, but it's a different environment, so I don't know why it took me so long, because I don't know why it did it. There's no reason at all actually, but I was just like, I don't think it's the time yet to go. And then I was like, maybe I also was a little fearful that my skills are not, ready to take that up or whatever. But
I want to say two things to that.
Yeah,
because
please.
The first thing is, I feel like you're never ready. Like I also myself always think like, oh, when I'm ready, I'll do it. Or if I feel ready, I will do it then.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. You really have to just do it. Honestly, often, not always, but often you just have to go for it and just try it out.
Especially if it freaks you, like not freak you out, but like especially if it gives you a uncomfortable feeling.
If it is scaring you, maybe or like stressing you out, maybe it also means that it means something to you. So you know what I mean. But the second thing I wanted to say is that it can be intimidating. There's there could be so many reasons. It could be, oh, am I not ready, like dance wise? Am I not ready? Am I not on the level yet? Oh, this is already a closed community, which it is not. It is not. It is. I just wanna. But it could feel like it.
Maybe that's
from
also
the outside.
But it felt really loving and welcoming when I was there, like from the first second on,
Yes.
But maybe that was also for me, like I don't know if I think maybe because like for me it was only a year, but I think in a year it can happen a lot as well, because for me also, I was not so much younger a year ago, but also was like, I felt like I was this village girl that moved to Vienna, and I was not ready to dress up like that.
You were not ready to take up your space?
Exactly. That's the point. And so this year, the year that I had in the past taught me it's okay to claim your light and to go, and nobody there will be like, you know. But I think that's the thing, that I had to be completely honest and vulnerable here. And I think I'm also telling this because I think there's people relating probably, you know. So if you want to go somewhere, just go there.
I think we're both just wanting to
encourage
you guys
to encourage you to go,
to try it out, to just go. I know it can be stressful. Going to a class alone also could be one thing, but
not knowing the people and having the feeling everybody knows each other but you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
can
a lot
be
of
intimidating, of course, but it's just one step away. You just have to do this one step.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You said you want to say 2 things. What's that 2 things?
Oh, the second thing was the one that it can be sometimes intimidating, and you just have to just do it.
Yeah, just to jump over your shadow. Do you say that in English as well? I don't know if that exists.
I'm not sure.
But just jump over your shadow if that exists in English. My God, yeah. Okay, so I think we're closing that topic with, guys, just go and do if you want to do it. Don't let anything hold you back for a year. But if something's holding you back for a year and then you do it, it's fine as well. You know, take your own time, go in your own rhythm. That's also fine.
There's gonna be your time to
just
shine.
Do what feels right for you. Let's put it like that to close that one off. Okay, so I think we're gonna lead to an end slowly. There's one topic I do want to approach actually, because I think that could be interesting to talk about, and for people as well, of course. We were talking about that alter ego, higher self thingy. We both said, okay, we found it. I'm in the process of just having found it. Let's put it like that. And I was thinking about, because I know how my process was of finding it. If someone is hearing that and they can already say, okay, I don't really know what my alter ego is. I can step in that higher self energy because I don't know what it is yet. How or what would you recommend, or do you have any tips how someone can find that energy? Play poo.
Yeah, play poo. Find your poo.
Find your poo.
Find your inner poo. No, I feel like I also said it in one class. We were playing Rihanna. Do you say Rihanna? I hope it's Rihanna. Rihanna's song, and you can also channel at first like someone who's already existing, who you're looking up to, who you like their presence, you like their energy. You can also start trying to channel them. Be like, okay, what would Rihanna do? What would Beyonce do? What would what would that person that you're looking up to do? Or how would they behave? That's how you maybe can like start finding if that feels right for you. And I feel like it starts as soon as you start the process of like who, or like asking yourself, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up for myself? How do I want to present myself? How do I want to interact with people? Like all of those questions that are can be very stressful also, or like if you have not figured it out, you're like, who am I even, you know? But if you start asking those questions, I feel like you slowly will get answers. It will start feeling right, and the more you get into it and the more it feels right, I feel like this path is slowly showing the version of yourself. So I feel like it's just about imagining that and like answering those questions for you, and then starting to visualize it maybe in whatever way you can.
Yeah, that sounds
in your mind, or writing it down, whatever way of creativity you choose. Yes. So I feel like that's maybe a start, like asking questions, asking yourself like how do I see myself? How do I want to be? How do I, all of those questions. What is the version of myself?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do think it doesn't really have a lot to do with dance.
Oh my God. I feel like dance and life.
Yeah. It's intertwined. But for me, having found that energy is like all the questions you mentioned. I think I have answers to the questions, you know?
That's great, but they can never change.
They can always change, and they're constantly developing, you know? And with all the input I get, I'm in constant change, and I'm not gonna be the same in a year, you know.
So that your alter ego is probably not gonna look the same as
and that is so beautiful that it's gonna change. And I think for me, it's all about getting to know yourself, do the inner work, and that's not something dance in a dance class can give you. Don't get me wrong, of course, but it's not something you train for 90 minutes. It's work you take home.
Oh, definitely.
It's work you take home. What are your values? What is, as you said, how are you approaching people? How do you want to be approached? But it's more about, you know, showing up as the person you would have loved for yourself to have as well. Do you know what I mean? To be like, you know, don't complain about, oh my god, this and this and this. It's like that. No, be the change.
Be the person.
Be the person
you want to meet.
You want to meet. You know, that's what I'm referring to. Interact with. You know, what are your values? What is your ethical point of view that you want to stand up for? And just be the best example that you want to be for yourself, how you want to lead your life. And I think that process of finding answers to questions like, how do I want to
yes, you know, I feel like the more you tap into yourself, the more you're also going to find your people, because as soon as you start putting out all of those values, you attract the same. And I feel like dance and life is so intertwined, and it's so working together, and also like starting like heels classes, and that kind of whole process also started that self-confidence, self-loving pathway, or like whatever it is, like finding that everything, it's all just connected. And I feel like dance can help, of course, and like dance classes, or like someone who's guiding you through it and stuff can of course help. But yes, that is definitely there's definitely something that you just have to work for yourself and put the effort in yourself, and just like
because no one can help you to find. Yes, people can help you and give you guidelines, like the questions you just mentioned, but you need to have to do work yourself, right? Like to find yourself, to get answers that you align with. Also, one more thing I want to say to that topic, because you said, you know, the people you have around you, I think that was a big part for me too, because having people around, like some people taught me a lot, you know, and especially the places where people taught me stuff with a lot of love, I felt like I was blooming even more, because it was out of a loving space. So seeing how people interact with me or how they treat me, I was like, oh my god, I also want to treat people how you just treated me. Or, you know, you just see what aligns with you, what resonates with you, let's put it like that, you know. And being in a space where you get to know different, where you know, see different approaches, different ways of whatever, you know, it's like it helps you to find your approach that you want to have for yourself, and that approach is probably a mixture of everything that you experienced. Yes, you know. So
you're like
growing out of love, and choose a place that is filled with love, and out of that love, it's easier for you to grow even more because you feel ready to experiment.
I feel like a safe space to grow is definitely gonna make you make the exploring of yourself maybe a little more comfortable, because it is not always comfortable, but I feel like if there's a safe space you can explore more. Okay, I guess I'm leading to an end. Do you have now one more question? Is there anything left you just want to get out there? I think there was a lot that's being said. I'm still standing by choose your heart. I'm still standing by find that safe space for you to explore yourself, and if it helps you, find your alter ego. That's amazing. What I wanted to say. Okay, then I'm gonna lead to the last question. Some of you already know. I do not know. That's also a thing, by the way, Sarah and Yula, that's a thing that started because of you guys, because they came up with the idea. I kind of stole that and made it a thing already. So
credits to them at this point. What is the most random emoji you use normally?
The most random?
Random. I want to have a random one. Don't give me a red heart.
No. Okay. Ooh. I feel like the...
Okay, like to everybody listening to that without the video,
I stuck my tongue out and it's like the eyes that are looking in different ways. It's like, oh, it's giving me energy, you know, it's like silly, goofy. I don't know. Maybe that one.
We take the emoji. However you call that one. Okay guys, so if you've listened to the whole episode, or actually if you listened this, if you're currently hearing this, you did. So yes. Go comment that emoji down here in the comments on YouTube. There's still no Spotify comments, by the way. Who had listened to the Cherry episode, I have not figured it out since a year. However, so yeah, or on Instagram, the cover post on any post that we have with Sarah. So go and comment that emoji. We want to see how many of you guys...
I hope you guys know which one.
There's gonna be
maybe I'll comment first. I'll comment first so you guys know.
So you guys know. I mean, the face you made was pretty accurate.
Thank you.
Go comment that emoji. Let's spread some love, spread some community vibes here, and yeah, your Instagram is linked down below already, the whole episode, so I hope you already followed her. My Instagram as well, of course, our Instagram as Grenzenlos, of course, as well. So again, please hit the subscribe button. That's the best way to support me, to support this little project, to help this little project grow, to just, you know, spread some love, spread some knowledge, to make the dance scene let's not say a better place, but a place with more interaction and more communication and more...
I'm still waiting for you. Thank you.
Can't. My top is going up if I do that.
Oh no!
I can't. But I'm doing this one.
Okay. Wait.
I'm doing this one.
Yes.
Yes. So
thank you for providing the space to share, and thank you for having me.
Of course, you can always come back if you feel like talking.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a new episode next week, guys, and we're gonna see each other next week. Bye.
Bye. I was like, period.